Hey up YouTube, it's Theme Park Bazza with
Mrs. Bazza.
and we thought we'd give you a little bit of a home vlog update. It's been a short while, hasn't it?
2 or 3 months.
2 or 3 months. So we'll come back to the thumbnail. That's something that's just happened yesterday that we'll catch up on later on. But let's give you a bit of a recap on the last few months. I'm trying to think the last time we did a vlog. I think it was the renovations, wasn't it?
You're getting the prices, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, we talked about what we wanted to do and asking their input on the Greek pillars.
What we should do.
The flooring, the paint. Colours, kitchen. Bathrooms. Yep. So story on that is we got all the quotes through, didn't we?
Yes.
And we asked for them, and look at all the changes. Look. Yeah, we haven't done a thing, have we?
No.
We haven't done a thing, and there's a story behind why we haven't done a thing, and that is to do with the money. We finally got the quotes when we were in England, in Blackpool, didn't we, on holiday? Got them through, and we were expecting everything to be, what, $70,000-$80,000?
Yeah, maybe up to 100.
Maybe it's $100,000.
That's a lot to do.
For everything done, and we wouldn't do it all at once, but that's what we were expecting. And what did the quotes come in at?
$144,000.
$144,000. Sticker shock. Oh, and by the way, that wasn't including any hardware.
No, no baths.
No baths, no sinks, no taps.
No tile.
No tile, no hardware for the kitchen cabinets.
No new light fittings.
No new light fittings. That was on top, so it was like we were like,
uh-oh.
Yeah, we can't afford that. So we kind of sticker shock. We froze, and that was when we were in England, and so we were even considering, with the money we've made, that the house has increased since we bought it 18 months ago. We could take that 100k, sell the house, and buy one that was already done up. So put your comments on that below. I mean, was that something you'd do? Would you invest in a house that's 16 years old and modernise it in the location we are, close to Disney, with a lake? Nice area.
It is a nice area, but even putting all that money into it, you're probably not going to get it back.
Or do you take that 100k, sell the house, put it on top, and go and buy a newer house that's fully renovated the way you want it, though you might not get a lake view? Put your comments below. So we considered that, and we were in England, weren't we? With I think talking with Nick and Lee. Nick's an encyclopedia.
I don't know where it gets.
You don't want the Encyclopedia Britannica. You want the Nick with you, because he said about, we said we might sell the houses. Well, what about capital gains tax? I'm like, what about capital gains tax? Apparently, news to us.
As we found out
from Nick. If you have a property in Florida, and you try and flip it within 24 months, you have to pay capital gains tax on any profit that you make. So doing some simple math, if we made $200,000, and this house has increased by $200,000 since we bought it, you'd have to pay 20% tax on that to the government when you sell it. And so we were like,
that's $40,000.
Yeah, you'd have to just write a check for the government for $30,000. So, and again, it's to do with people flipping houses or stopping people.
And what did we say?
Nope.
How much?
Yeah. Yeah, so we went, okay, so what we're going to do is, at Christmas, we'll have had this house 2 years. So we're going to see how the market settles. We're going to see what the prices are. We're going to see if the contractors' prices have come down, because they're not doing as much work now because interest rates have gone up. So they're not as busy, which means they maybe have more negotiation,
flexibility
on the costs and everything. In fact, we haven't heard anything from the contractor for like a month, and he did ping me 2 days ago saying, are you guys ready yet? So it sounds like they may be interested in doing some work. So let us know your thoughts below. We're not going to do anything till Christmas, so you'll have time to comment. Should we look for something else, or should we invest in this house knowing it's sunk money and we're not going to get it back, but we're in the nice area where we want to be?
Yeah, and close to Disney.
Yeah, so
it's all about location.
All about location. So that's one thing that's gone on that's been a bit of a major hassle for us for a while. So we'll stand up and we'll give you a walk around and show you some other things that are going on around the house, and then I'll get to the thumbnail and explain a lot more about that. So I changed the computer last year. I've got an Apple computer for the first time. I've always been a PC person for editing, and I liked it. I got a used one off the Apple store. Anyhow, traded it in for one of these new MacBook Airs with the M2 chip, and just used some monitors and stuff, because I ran out of hard disk space on the other thing, to be honest, even with backing up all the vlogs. So I've done that, but we've had a bit of a problem with Apple, haven't we?
Slight problem.
Slight problem, and my room is full of boxes. because they keep trying to send me a trading kit, but keep forgetting to send me a shipping label. And they can't email me a shipping label, they have to send me another trading kit. And these are like big boxes for this
they're like 3
iMac.
2.5 foot.
So we have 2 in the house, we have 1 that's got lost, and we have another one that we ordered again yesterday. So number 4 trading kit's coming. And it's important because I'm getting a good trading price on that iMac, and they keep sending me an email saying, do you not want to trade it in? Do you not want your money? And I'm like, yes I do, but I just can't understand why they can't email me a shipping label to stick on these boxes and send them. So yeah, we're gonna have lots of cardboard boxes. So nothing much happened in this area apart from the computer. And as we walk into the main room here, we'll talk about the other problem we haven't shared with you that's been going on for months? 4 months now. So our AC unit, as you've seen from the other vlogs, it was brand new when we bought the house, we put it in. And 4 months ago, it started going wrong. What I mean by going wrong is it started tripping. There's a fan outside that circulates the air around the house, and it keeps tripping on an overpressure, even though it's not overpressure, but the cooling unit inside still keeps running. So the house gets warm, but we're still burning electricity because it's running. And what happens is it just locks out, doesn't it? Now the people who put it in were very good.
They've been very, very
They're becoming, when it first happened, they were coming within a day of asking. And we've been through the diagnosis process, and they've changed many, many things. And then about just before July, they had the manufacturing. And because this apparently is a fault that they haven't seen anywhere else, allegedly. And the manufacturer said, oh, you need to replace the main computer board in the AC unit. And guess what? There isn't one in the country. And guess what? There's no date when they think they're going to get one in the country. Because of COVID, or whatever rules they're saying in there. So this unit here, we've changed lots of different things in it. What happens is, it just happened now. How about that for timing? Just happened now. The fan just knocked off. So this sits blue, means it's calling for cooling. But as you can hear, there's no fan. So what we've been doing is like having children, isn't it?
Kids again, isn't it?
We've been having to get up 2 or 3 times a night and go to the main circuit breaker in the garage and reset it to get it to blow again. So we may be looking a bit tired over the last couple of months of vlogs because we haven't had a full night's sleep in months.
No.
So that's one thing. The other thing is, because it's doing this, it is still burning electricity. So when we went to England, we put the system up at like 85, 86, like really high. And we should have really turned it off, I guess, but we left it on. Our normal electricity bills have been like $200 a month. We were away for 3 weeks in England, and our electricity bill for July was $370 because this thing was running all the time. But not cooling. And you don't know when you're remote. We have found the other way to get around it now, probably 10 times a day, is you come in here, you put the temperature up so that it actually clicks off, and then you remove that, and then it will kick in again. So, and what we've started doing now is I start taking my phone to bed with me, and about 3 or 4 times in the night, instead of coming downstairs and doing the breaker, I'll get the phone out and just put the temperature up 1 degree, count to 10, put it down again to reset it. So not only have we not a good AC, I mean, like we go out for the afternoon, and by the time we come back, it's 85 degrees in the house. We're spending double the electricity every month. So it's costing me like over $1,000 in extra electricity with this fault. I'm still going to have to pay for the board when it arrives, because guess what? It failed 3 months out of warranty. So it's $750 for the board when it eventually gets here on a system that's 18 months old. So yeah, not very impressed.
We are not happy.
Not happy. So we've been dealing with that one as well. And then let's give a quick update on the car, and then we'll talk about the letter that came yesterday.
Oh yes.
Oh yes. So this is where we were living, isn't it, Max? We're in the garage now.
Yeah.
Coming down here and tripping this breaker every time. And here's the unit apparently where the problem is, and it's in there. They've changed the board outside, but yeah, they say it's going in there. So let's talk about the Tesla. We've had it now a couple of months.
Yeah, just July, wasn't it?
Done a couple of trips in it now. I want to love the car, but every time I want to love it, it keeps pushing back on me. So good things are, it's been reliable. Obviously, it's cheaper to drive, but obviously electricity prices are going up now.
Yeah.
In fact, I was reading in England that there was somebody did a survey yesterday that if you're going a long road trip and you're supercharging out on the roads, because the way petrol prices have come down and electricity is going up, it's actually cheaper now to drive a petrol car on the road than an electric car.
Crazy.
If you're not charging at home. So still cheaper charging at home. Haven't had a problem with that. We've done some road trips, as you saw, to Melbourne. It has received some upgrades. It makes me laugh, these Tesla people, like wonderful upgrades. And the latest upgrade was in the map. If they're on the navigation, if there's traffic, it goes orange or red.
Ooh.
Yeah, sort of things that navigation systems have done in every other car for the last 20, any other system for the last 20 years. That's a big upgrade. So it's like, yes, you get upgrades, but to me, some of the upgrades they're giving you are pretty basic stuff. Plus side, I went to pick Max up from the airport and it was raining like crazy. I couldn't see the road markings, but the car saw them fine. So I was actually using the Tesla screen to look where the road lines were because I couldn't see them outside, so that was good. But then you start getting really, really good things about it. You think it still rattles a lot.
I call it the tin can.
The tin can, it does rattles a lot.
Crazy.
We got back from the beach, I'm like, oh, I'll put it through the car wash. And I just mentioned it, I was ready to go, talking to another Tesla driver, another Tesla owner, and like, you can't put them through car washes. I'm like, it's a car. But no, you get the manual out, it says you can, but you can only use a touchless car wash, which we don't have around here, because it destroys the paint. Oh, and by the way, even if you put them through a car wash, you can only use ones that have certain chemicals, because other chemicals destroy the paint. I'm like, who paints a car with paint that gets destroyed from washing it? And yeah, I mean, in Canada, where this gentleman was I was talking to, they have an app there to tell you which car washes are safe to go to. So if you can't take it to a car wash, you either have to wash it yourself, and it's 105 degrees outside, so that ain't going to happen, or you have somebody come out. And there's a number of companies who specialise in washing Teslas, surprisingly, because they are, everybody seems to be doing it, and they want like $120 to wash your car. That's just outside. I'm like,
not
I'm like, no, not going to happen. Anyway, I found somebody over yesterday, because it's covered in bugs, it's got sun cream all over it when we were out and about, a lot less than that 120, less than half of what they're charging, and he's going to come out tomorrow, hopefully, and clean it. But, you know, it's like, you make a car and you can't put it through a car wash. Again, that's my kind of beef. Car itself, great to drive, very reliable. Electricity is the way forward, regardless of how much you pay for it, just greener for the environment, better long-term thing. But to me, you know, a bit gimmicky in some of the things that they say, you know, it's still playing catch-up to me on regular cars, especially with the paint. I mean, this car, as you know, has got dodgy paint to start with, and the fact is you can't put it... Anyway, I'll stop ranting on that, but that's...
You're ranting.
I'm ranting. Let's get to the other rant, which is the letter that we got today. We'll take you back inside. Sorry, the letter we got yesterday. Back here by the computer. So this letter came yesterday from Progressive Home Insurance. And it says, Notice of Non-Renewal. Dear Mr. Lynch, upon review of your policy, which expires in 3 weeks, we regret to inform you we are unable to renew your insurance policy. So they're giving us 3 weeks notice of this. The reason is we are unable to renew your policy due to the unknown condition and life expectancy of your roof. If you have replaced your roof, please contact your agent so we can continue your coverage. Alternatively, you can provide a roofing certification stating that your roof meets our conditions and life expectancy requirements. So bottom line is, this is new to us. I think the first time we heard about this was maybe 2 weeks ago on a home show. Yeah, it's saying that if your roof was more than 16 years old, people wouldn't buy your house. This house is 16 years old, and what we found is insurance companies in Florida won't insure your house if your roof is over 16 years old. They did give us an option, didn't they? I spoke to them yesterday. They sent me a certificate, and I have to go and find a structural engineer, pay a structural engineer to come out to inspect the roof, which is 16 years old anyway, and then fill in a form to say that that we can get another year out of the insurance people. But apparently when you look at it, and that's what's confused me, because these shingle roofs are like asphalt, aren't they?
Yeah.
They say the life expectancy is 25 years.
Yeah, that's what when they put them in.
Yes, when they're from new, yeah. And I think wooden ones are a bit longer and metal ones are even longer than that. But the fact is, that's great, but according to the things I've been reading, in Florida, once a roof gets to 15 years or older, if there's a hurricane, there's only 25% chance it will stay on and it'll blow off. And then not only will they have to replace the roof, but they'll also have to replace water damage that happens because of that. So yeah, apparently it's a thing. So we can't get insurance of anybody.
No.
We couldn't even sell the house, talking about our point earlier on. So, and we've got 3 weeks to sort something out.
Yeah.
So I started reaching out. Luckily, crazy Scottish neighbours. There were some people around last week doing what I thought was a scam, saying, "Hey, let us check your roof out for free, and we'll see how good it is," which usually means we're going to find something and we're going to replace it. I just said, "Thank you very much, no thank you." Our crazy Scottish neighbours actually had them go up, and guess what? They needed to replace the roof because they found something. But they got a rough price of about $15,000. It's about $15,000 to $20,000 to replace a shingle roof. But you're going to have to do it every 15 years if you have a property in Florida.
Even if there's nothing wrong with it.
Even if there's nothing wrong with it, they won't insure it.
And there's no leaks, no nothing.
Yeah, we've got no leaks.
We've had no leaks whatsoever.
Yeah.
So it's just very annoying.
So we've got to look at that. But what I'm also thinking as well, if you're going to rip the roof off and everything, is it worth looking at solar? Because we're in Florida.
Well, the new solar. Not the normal panels.
Yeah, there's a new thing come out over here called solar shingles. So they're very similar, and I put a picture in. They're very similar to shingles that you have on a normal house. But they're actually what's the word I'm looking for? Photovoltaic or whatever, they're the solar panels. But you tack them on like a normal one and you link them together, and hundreds of them make up, with cables, make up a solar feed. And then in the garage, you're going to need some kind of battery or something to do it. But as electricity prices are going up, the only time it's really viable to do that is if you've got to replace the roof anyway.
Yeah.
If you're just putting solar on top of an old roof, it doesn't really make sense. So I've reached out to a couple of those firms. What I'm expecting is those are going to be more like $25,000 to $30,000. We'll have to see.
So.
But again, that puts a dint in the budget for what we were going to do on the house. Probably a good job we didn't start on the house doing that. There is Tesla. I probably haven't told you, do a solar one.
No, you've not.
They do like ceramic tiles, but you know Tesla, they're like 5 times the price of anybody else. We can ask them, but I don't fancy, they're glass ones.
I don't fancy
they put a lot. I don't fancy glass ones. I think the nail-on ones will be better. And also, if those nail-on strips, if one fails, they can take one off and replace a strip. If you've got a ceramic bonded tile, yeah, you have a problem there. So next step is, and we're not going to finish this vlog here, you'll see us change clothes and probably hairstyles and go grayer. But as we progress through this roofing thing, we'll keep this vlog updated. As I say, I am waiting to be contacted by 2 different solar roof companies. You've reached out to Crazy Scottish Neighbour to get hold of those people who gave her a quote. So we can get just a regular roofing quote and then decide what we're going to do. Are we going to pay the 15 grand for 15 years? Or are we going to find out, or depending on how much the other one is, bearing in mind you could save some electricity costs, which are going to go up anyway.
Well, in theory, we don't really know if you could sell.
Well, they're changing it to sell it back to the grid, but I'm saying if you're charging cars as well, and you get your own electricity, you're not taking as much from the grid, are you? You're not sold, are you?
I'm not sold.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Let's see what the numbers add up. So, thanks for watching. We will get back to you as we have an update. Oh, hello everybody.
Hello.
It's a few days later, just a bit of an update. I've been on the telephone this morning to the insurance company, chasing them up and looking for roofers and getting quotes for roof and for solar, and had an interesting conversation, didn't I, Max?
You did. Yeah. We were kind of panicking a bit.
Yeah, we were kind of panicking a bit
because we only had 3 weeks.
Yeah, to get it sorted, and made a bit of a mistake.
Rookie mistake.
Not just me.
No, we both did it.
How long have we been in America?
A long time.
Yeah. So yeah, here's just a quick close-up of the letter. So as you will notice, the date is 1/10/2023. I read that as the 1st of October. What did you read it as?
1st of October.
Yeah, that's like 3 weeks away. No, of course, we're in America, so it's
the other way around.
It's January the 10th. So and I was like, what do we do to prove we're getting the roof done by October? She goes, why October? It doesn't renew till January. So we have until the 10th of January. It doesn't change the fact that the roof has to be replaced, or they won't insure us. But we do obviously have a few more months.
4 more months?
4 months instead of 3 weeks, which is a big difference.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got people coming to give me a quote in the next couple of days, both solar and regular roof. And then what you have to do with the insurance company is once it's done, is send them a copy of the invoice and take pictures of the roof, so that they will honour the coverage going through.
And insurers again.
And insurers again after the 10th of January,
yes.
Not the 1st of October. We both looked at it. We both read it incorrectly. So
it's not as bad as glasses on.
yeah, well that AC had kept us awake all night again, and we were both a bit groggy. So there we go. Quick update, and as it moves along, we will keep you informed. Let's keep on going. Hello everybody, we're back.
We're back.
If you want to know why my voice is so bad, check out next week's vlog.
because we're about maybe a week since we filmed the beginning of this one, and what we filmed at the weekend, you'll see why my voice is this way. We just wanted to give you an update. So where we left off, I contacted the solar panel people to get some quotes, and I contacted regular roofers to get some quotes. Then somebody said, hey, you better check with the insurance, and I'm glad they did, because Progressive will not insure those what are these?
Solar tiles.
Solar tiles, only the big panels, because they haven't been proven yet.
They're so new.
Because they're so new.
Don't know how they're going to perform.
Don't know how they're going to perform in a hurricane, so we had to scratch that. So then we went to, well, 2 different companies, and we had a third one as well that Crazy Scottish Neighbour got a quote from, and the prices are in, and the price for doing the roof is $15,000. They're all about the same. $15,000 for a roof that lasts 25 years, but insurance will only cover for 15.
And there's nothing wrong with it.
And there's nothing wrong with it. So anyway, we got the quotes in, and I'll insert here a picture of the roof tiles, or what they call them,
shingles.
The shingles that Maxine has chosen. The colour pewter, I think you picked, didn't you? Because we'll tell you why we picked pewter. So that's now gone to the HOA. If you don't know, in America, housing associations, you have to get approval. You can only have certain colours on your house and things. So we submitted the quotation, the permits that have to be pulled, and the price to the HOA maybe over a week ago, and so we've got to wait for them to come back and approve it. And what we thought we'd get done is, as we're going, the outside has some, a few cracks in it, we're going to get the painting done on the outside. Well, let's go back one. We're going to get the gutters done as well. Yes. Because the gutters are, you saw back in those vlogs that I was cleaning them, they're a mess. They're a bodging company. They put them up. They were cheap, but it's only $1,000 more than I paid for those to get a full set of seamless gutters all the way around. I thought if we're going to do the roof, we'll do the gutters at the same time. And the guy who looked at it said the gutters are, well, the downpipes are too small. The gutters are not positioned correctly to catch the rain, and there aren't enough downpipes. So that's why we get it running off the...
That's why it comes down.
It comes down like outside the gutter, because they can't handle the rain. So yeah, that was an extra $3,000 for that. And I think we paid $1,800 to $2,000 for the Bodgy ones.
Yeah, I think we did.
Budget company. So yeah, what does that come to? So we're talking 18,000. 18,000 and a bit, wasn't it?
I think just over, yeah.
Yeah, to do everything. So not a lot we can do apart from pay that. But we are going to get some quotes for the painting. I'm not sure we'll have that done yet. We have a quote in that big number that we gave at the beginning of the vlog, and I think it was about, they wanted 8,500 for painting the outside of the house. I'm just interested in getting another company in. Should be here actually this week sometime.
Oh, they're coming back.
Yeah, to give us a quote for painting the outside. So we're going to go with a colour on here. Again, it has to be approved by the HOA. A colour for around the windows and then the front door. Give us your thoughts below. What colours you think we should do it. They have a chart to do the HOA of colours.
And by the way, we don't have much choice.
And you don't have much choice, but how would you can't have greens or reds or yellows.
You can have greens, we just don't want greens.
Yeah, not bright green though.
No.
It's not bright colours. So what colours would you paint the house? The contrast between the walls and the windows and the trim around, I call it trim, the trim in the door. So we've picked a few, but we're waiting for the painting guy to come and give us a quote, and if it's a lot less than that we may go with it as we're having the roofing done as well. I don't know.
We'll see.
Then the outside's sorted, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
It's just the inside we have to worry about then. So that's the update on the roof, the paint, the gutters, a couple of other things. I didn't tell you this, but we got another update for the Tesla.
Did we?
When we were out yesterday.
Whoop, whoop.
And do you know what the new things that they put on the Tesla are now?
Headlights?
Yeah, no.
No.
New in the software?
No.
2 things will really impress you. One, you can now play Sonic the Hedgehog as a game.
Oh my goodness.
And the big one, on the maps, on the navigation.
Don't tell me it's Donkey Kong.
No, on the maps, on the navigation, you can choose more than one route.
Oh.
Yeah, because you might not know this, but in the current Tesla system, I was bitching about the traffic, red, green. When you navigated anyway, it only gave you one option. Never any other options. And if you deviated, it would recalculate. But we always have to have the phone with Google Maps or Apple Maps to look at what routes and times to pick the best route, and then never rely on once you're moving, you can rely on the one in the car. But and of course, it doesn't work with Android Auto or Apple. It doesn't a Tesla, so you can never link them. But now the big update is it will show you 3 different routes and you can pick the one you want. So it is catching up, but I mean, really, if that's a big, a big release. I'm not mourning about it, but yep, they are catching up. So we got the Tesla update, we got the roof, we got the pricing. I say we'll move ahead with the roof. We'll get pricing on, and the gutters, and get pricing on, because I was always told one thing you should do in a house is keep it waterproof, keep water out. That's the main thing. And we've had a lot of rain and a lot of water.
We have had a lot of big storms.
Yep. So we're going to go inside now and wrap up this vlog and see how the checkbooks are doing in our soaking test. Let's go have a look. So thank you, Sean, for these extra sweets that we didn't ask for, but we appreciate them. I've already been testing them, they're very good. So checkbooks. I went in the filing cabinet the other week, and as you saw earlier on, I discovered like there's even one from First Direct here, from like 2004. So I had all this stock of checkbooks from different houses that we stayed in, and we're trying this thing of apparently soaking. What do you put in, vinegar?
There's a bit of vinegar, but it was mainly warm water.
Warm water and vinegar to try and dissolve them. So, you know, instead of ripping them up, do you have a close up and see what they look like? Let's have a go and see how these look like now, Max. See if these will actually tear.
Yeah, you got to mush them. You're supposed to be able to mush them.
Mush them?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
Do you want to have a go?
No.
No?
Ew, no.
No?
No.
Yeah, so it works. It's a good way, if you've only got one checkbook, you might just want to get rid of it. But, oh, that one's really mushy. Oh, look at that, eh? Oh, yeah. So, by the way, if you're trying to zoom in on any of these, none of these addresses are valid anymore. That we they're where we used to live, not where we live. In fact, we haven't got any checkbooks for this address, have we?
No.
Because we never got around. And here's me one from First Direct. Look at that. Gone. So I'm going to sit here and play with these for a bit. You don't like mushy stuff, do you?
I don't like mushy stuff.
And mush them up. So there's a tip for you. Vinegar, hot water. What was it on? Bicarbonate of soda?
No,
Put in here.
I don't know if that... I think you could put that in separately.
Right. So as I get my mush on, we thank you very much for tuning into this home vlog. We will give you an update as the roof is done. I'll show you some befores and afters. And there is somebody just down the road using the same roofing company.
Yeah.
So we've got a bit of... They've already done theirs, I think, this week.
Yeah,
so
they got it early, I think.
We'll go down and have a look at them and see if there's... And the reason we picked this company, actually, I should have mentioned earlier, than some of the others, is some of the others have given us quotes over the phone for how much it would cost. This guy came round with his ladders and went up and looked at it and actually, gave it a good once over. So I trusted him more. He was from Denmark, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I trusted him more than some of the others, and he was also could organise the gutters and get it in the price, which none of the others could do. They'd only do the roof and won't give us a price for the gutters. We had to go to other companies. So that's the reason we went with him. It's all about people and trusting people. So we might be able to go and check. We'll let you know how it goes. We'll keep you updated on the AC. They are coming back today to do a little bit more work on the AC, change some wiring on it, and we'll see if that makes a difference. But I'm not holding out any hopes. Are you?
Nope, not holding my breath.
But I think that's about it. Anything I'm missing?
Don't think so.
Okay.
You covered it all.
So thanks for watching. We appreciate each and every one of you for watching. Sticky hands. Put your comments below. We try and respond to all your comments.
Go away.
And we will see thee later. Bye.
Bye.